Winter is definitely here for, well, just about everybody. So I want to talk to you about some plastics that we have that might be beneficial for you in the cold weather. So one of the things I want to talk about for playing disc golf in colder weather is the type of plastic you throw. The weather can affect the flight of the disc because it's plastic, and when plastic gets cold it gets more rigid. You know, I don't know all the scientific stuff behind it, but your plastic gets more rigid. That's why you might see every now and then when you look on Reddit or Instagram or Facebook, you'll see a post where someone's disc actually breaks because they played with it in cold weather. Well, a plastic that we offer is fluid plastic. This is a very bendy, flexible plastic, and the whole purpose of it is, or at least one of the main purposes, is for you to be able to play with it in cold weather. As this plastic gets cold, it doesn't get stiff or as rigid. It still remains a little bit of bendiness when it gets cold. Now, if you were to try to play with this in the warm or the summertime, it would be much more bendy. Some people like that. Some people like the way that the flight is affected by the different type of plastic this is. But this can be very, very useful to you when it comes to playing in the colder weather. The grip is a little bit different. You can actually, some people when they drive or when they throw, they really like to just really dig in there so they can get that spin. Well, this fluid plastic helps stay flexible, stay fluid when it's cold outside. And we have them in putters. Some people prefer that. We have them in putters. We have them in drivers like the Enforcer. We have several other molds that come in the fluid plastic. You can go on to our website and see those. But these are just to help with the cold weather, to make it so they're not so stiff. The plastic doesn't become so stiff. It still retains some of its flexibility. Now, the same thing with putters. We have more flexible plastic. This is our classic soft. Now, this is a Warden, and I really like the way the plastic came out on that. But this is a Warden. This is a putter, right? And it's nice and flexible, bendy. This is our classic soft. We have classic, which is hard, classic blend, which is a blend between this and the hard, or you have the soft, where again, when it's cold outside. Now, some people like to throw this just because of the grippiness and the way it bends, and they like the way it flies in the wind. But another way to use this is in the cold weather. When things get rigid, this won't get as rigid because it's already very flexible. Now, if you want really soft, we have classic super soft, which, as you can see, is very soft again. Now, this is when the weather gets really cold, this won't be as rigid. It'll stiffen up a little bit, but because it's very soft, it will still be much more flexible than just to say the classic soft. So anyway, there's some quick tips for you guys if you're playing in the winter and the cold weather, to pick up some fluid plastic for the more flexible drivers or mid-range, or the classic soft or classic super soft in our putters, in our base plastics.